What is up, everybody? Did you miss the show? How much did you miss baseball? Did you miss baseball as much as I've missed it these past couple of decades, as I haven't been watching it? Why haven't I been watching it? For a whole multitude of reasons, but one of the main reasons is because I got bigger fish to fry, like the NHL, which has come to its conclusion while I was in Italy, and I scammed myself the bet of the century. So I'll give myself a quick Barry Horowitz, and you might have to Google who that is. And maybe, Alex, you can pull that up. It's a guy who patted himself on the back. He was a jobber in the WWF, meaning he lost every single match. And his one gimmick was that he patted himself on the back. So I'm going to give myself a Barry Horowitz for the middle that I pulled to hit both the Conn Smythe winner and the Florida Panthers Stanley Cup championship. But I wasn't the only winner. While I was gone, Josh, as I was looking on the Patreon, he was dishing out winners in the MLB. So while I haven't loved baseball in decades, I'm really starting to love it right now, because obviously it was over plus 500 of winnings since the show started. I left. Josh gave even more winnings to the Patreon users, and now hopefully we're back for a couple more winners. Josh, thank you for yeah, there it is.
Oh, he's so good.
There's Barry giving himself a backpack, or a
backpack.
Backpack. A backpack.
How was the gelato funds? I'm happy to contribute to the gelato funds. How were they?
The gelato funds, your gelato funds got put right back into the bank because they weren't needed, because my own gelato funds, it was so nice.
Yeah.
It just was a full trip paid for, essentially the night before I got home. So I saw that happen. I was flying home the next day, full Italy trip paid for. So now your gelato funds are going to transform. I was thinking about, I don't know, maybe putting the energy out there. I don't know. I might go to a London game for the NFL, one of those London games. So we'll start the Tea and Crumpets Fund starting today. But how's baseball been going while I've been gone? Is Francisco Liriano
yesterday was a beat up day. Yesterday was a beat up day, but we went 5 days profit prior to that during the week. Like even the 1-and-1s, lots of plus 150 stuff, plus 145. It's just a grind. It's such a long season. There's so many games. There's so many markets. It's just like wake up, trust the numbers, put the bets in, and just kind of, I don't know, hopefully just cash.
Yeah, this has kind of been the first sport ever through these videos where I place bets. And if something is coming down to the wire or something, maybe I'll toss that game on. But I know what it feels like to be one of these people now. You type something, I type something, and that's the end of my day. We see what happens later. And more times.
Isn't that beautiful, though? Like being on the other side of it? Like the lack of time.
I'm going to tell you why it's not. I'm going to tell you why it's not. Because I feel like I owe you something, and I don't like that. I don't like that you gave me picks. I put in those things without doing any work on my own, and I won. Now I feel like, and I know this is not the case because you're a great guy, but I know people who would think like, oh, Andy secretly owes me now because I did this for him. And I feel like I owe you something for giving out these great picks. But I guess I'll get over it.
Where's Ted DiBiase signed bill, bud?
Right here. So I did if you saw on the Patreon, I put out a video. I'm fine. I got a stand because when you have things this small, you need them to be close to the camera. So I need to get a stand that puts it in a way that's close over here. So this was a little gift from Josh. I guess this was perfect with the bet that I hit. His gift arrived, and I got it once I came back from Italy. But a signed, and I hate when there's a glare like that. A signed $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, $1 Million bill, and because Josh is all about that official grading system, awesome. I guess he got this signed grade. You could have given me a wrinkly $100 million bill from Ted DiBiase. I would have been equally as happy. But this is fantastic. Thank you very much for that. I got some stuff coming for you. I just haven't sent any of it yet, but
like winning money and buying fucking dumb shit is awesome. No, is it not the best? Like I would never buy myself. My wife wouldn't let me use the family money to buy myself dumb shit. Like, what is that?
It's from.
What is that?
It's from Beetlejuice. That's who
Oh.
welcomes you to the other world. You know, that girl sitting behind the desk.
receptionist.
Yeah, there you go. As Beetlejuice has his ticket that he tries stealing the guys next to him ticket. So yeah, she's running the DMV of the afterlife. That's who that is.
Yeah, you're a man who enjoys buying fucking just random fucking shit. It's awesome.
I still have 2 things left. Yeah. Ooh, she ain't bad. I mean, I know that's disgusting, but she ain't bad. 2 things that are still on the list for me, and it's not going to be easy, and I'm not going to spend an inordinate amount of money on these 2 things. But the WWF hockey game, that game that we talked about, the other one is really tough. The piece of the aggro crag. And I think you saw me. The closest I am, a guy's willing to rent it to me. I gotta go drive to Syracuse and get it and bring it back. I'm contemplating it, but those are the 2 items that are still on the list that need to be had. Now, why am I bullshitting so much? Well, because there are only a few games. It's like one of those Mondays in the NHL where there'd be one game.
Canada Day, bud. It's Canada Day.
What the hell is that?
What's a Canada Day? He says it's Canada Day. It's your July 4th
stop with
today.
this. Stop with this. Is it
Canada Day?
So everybody's got the barbecues and fireworks, and you made some time for I Hate Baseball?
It's a long weekend, pal.
You know what? I really appreciate that then. Thank you very much.
Hey, you messaged me this morning. You're like 11 o'clock. I'm like, I am hungover to tits, but yeah, let's do it.
Oh, man. Well, you got the mustache to boot. I mean, that's, like I was saying before, it looks like you won the Stanley Cup in 1983 right now. It's a nice thing to see. Now,
just straight conversation. Other 40-year-old men last night, like, no, it didn't come up in conversation at all.
I'm sorry for my lack of knowledge, but why don't you let me know a little something about Canada Day?
I wish I knew something about Canada Day. There's a parade on my street, bud. I don't know. No, kids are at the grandparents' house.
And what was Boxing Day? Don't you get off for Boxing Day?
So there'll be a parade on my small town street where I have to sit there and watch Shriners on lawnmowers driving across, some buddy's yoga instructor group with a banner walking down. I don't know, someone in a fancy old 1964 Chevy that's a real estate agent and just drive slowly down the street. It makes no sense. Parades are the dumbest thing in the world.
I don't feel bad now for making you do this because this probably will be the most enjoyable part of your day. And what a day to celebrate Canada. Yet another year without winning the Stanley Cup.
Yeah,
so perfect day to roll down. And I don't know. I guess maybe it will look kind of like the Panthers celebration yesterday. Matthew Tkachuk talking all that shit. He didn't do a goddamn thing in the finals. So anyway, we're here to give out at least a baseball pick or 2. So why don't you head us into our first pick? I think both of the picks are coming from the same game.
Same game. In Colorado. Coors. I'm going to throw Alex on the spot. If you can search altitude, baseball parks altitude, just to see the difference. I think we brought it up before. The difference between what Colorado is versus, I think, Arizona's the number 2 highest. We usually fade guys at Coors, and these guys, there it is. It's bananas. Like the difference in elevation between 1 and 2. We talk about it, but it's exponential. The difference between it. The biggest difference, and we talk about it when you go to Colorado, right? Like teams like the Avalanche, teams going to the Avs on the second game of a back-to-back. That's about as hard as a travel spot comes in hockey. Baseball, today's the first day in Colorado for both teams. Colorado was on the road. They come back. Shit just moves differently in the thin air. Pitches don't break the same. The spin is different. We talked about it before, Andy. Visual memory index. And we've lost him. No, but it's a thing. Your mind does different things in Colorado. And we're not on the strikeouts. If we can jump over to the projections for total outs. Outs recorded, and we're on both these guys. We're still getting the 16.5 for Gomber. He's 15.5 at a lot of other places, still like the 15. The 15 doesn't bother me.
I just realized, I mean, you're a Canadian. It's Canada Day. How the hell are you into baseball? You got one team up there.
It's better than no teams.
I know, but it would just make me think like, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like,
No.
I can't believe you know, just think about this. You're following all these little differences between Colorado and Arizona and stuff. I'm kind of impressed that a Canadian actually would care this much about this stuff.
It's money. It's betting.
Yes.
Yeah, right? Yeah. That's what it is. You spend more time. You spend a ton of time scamming the markets, right? You're looking at everything like.
Yeah, but I'm not doing it for the CFL or curling.
Oh, don't. We can get some CFL hot picks on here, bud. 3 downs. Wait till we do CFL football. 3 downs.
My friend sent me a clip yesterday.
You get 2 plays, and then you punt.
Of some guy, he caught the ball and then intentionally did a mini kick. He kicked it half a yard and then fell on it. Was that for a first down? What the hell was that?
No idea. Like if you kick the ball, if you punt the ball into the end zone and you kneeled in the end zone, that's a point.
I know, because the one time I bet on that in college, I lost by a punt point. And I said, you know what? That's it for me betting on things I don't know about. I'll call Josh or something.
All pre-snap motion. Everybody runs pre-snap. It's a wild game.
It's NFL blitz out there. It's basically wild. Anyway, I was just trying to commend you, saying it's impressive that you care this much about a sport that
3 games. Only 3 games on the board today. Not even touching the Jays on Canada Day at 3:00. But gonna double dip on the unders on pitcher totals on pitcher outs here in Coors. Wilson obviously, but like -145 is kind of getting to the price point there. But this is a guy who's 74, 77, 74 pitches in 3 straight starts. I bet on him, and sometimes he doesn't even start. Sometimes they just pull the chute, and it's like, okay, you're the second guy in. He's not a long leash guy. I mean, Colorado sucks, but they're masked certainly by the altitude. And
if you're watching this, shop around those prices. I just put in a bet a few minutes ago. Alex, do you have that -130? I know it was -125. I got lazy, did something, and then I came back. I'm like, oh my God, it's -135 now. I just put this in a few minutes ago, right before we started. So see maybe if you can get, I don't know, a slightly better price. Check that out. And then the other one is still lingering around -120, right?
Yeah, you got it there. Did you get the 16? Yeah, and you got the 16. Good. The 15, I still like the 15. There's really not a big difference between the 2 numbers, 15 and 16. The guy's probably, if he's out for that inning regardless, it's always nice to have the extra out, but the 15's good. So 3 games, when in doubt, fade pitchers at Coors. Simple.
Okay, that's a rule I can remember. Fade pitchers at Coors on the second half of, or just in general?
In general, right? Like if you look at the total, like this game's total probably is 11, 10.5. It's Coors, right? Like
yeah.
Everybody expects hits, but on the other end, I don't think it's always as priced in versus pitchers at Coors. Strikeouts and
all right. That's fair enough. And because there are only a few games today, what do you think of the stuff that you're seeing in the NHL, like free agents?
I don't know. Like it's nothing's gonna change to make me go run out and bet someone fucking outright. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I actually, I'm not gonna lie. Gensel, I did go get Tampa Bay at 30-1.
Yeah. So let's talk about this for a sec, because when I differ in opinion from you, I'm not
better
than
Stamkos for sure.
Yeah. Yes, but I really do not think that I am a guy. Very few people have watched that Tampa team as closely as I have, especially on those runs. The first 2 runs, obviously, they played the Islanders in the conference final. And the third run is when I made everybody a ton of money when they were like the 5th favorite coming out of the East. They are so reliant offensively on that unbelievably nasty top power play. And so much of that power play is predicated on Stamkos getting that one-timer threaded through, and that opened up everything for everybody else. If that power play comes down to middle of the pack, as I said to you yesterday, only a return to full Vasilevsky form is how I see them improving on their point total, because, those other players, like yeah, you could hope that Pagel takes another little step, but like Sorelli and who else on this second line? You really have faith in that?
100 points. Over, under, 100 points. You want to take the under?
I am happily taking the under.
Okay, I'll go. We'll go 100 US. I'll take the over 100 points on Tampa Bay.
Okay. I mean, I'm taking, like, I know you said that, but I didn't want to respond. The year before that, they didn't crack 100 points either.
In 98 last year, and Vaz missed 3 months.
Yeah, but the year before that, they didn't have 100 either, and they did have Vasilevsky. Like, this team's trending in the wrong direction. It is.
I love when we disagree.
Huh?
I love when we disagree.
It's good. But yeah, I'm going with the under on 100 points. But look, if Vasilevsky plays, I still think he's the best goalie in the league when at his best. I'm going to give it to Shesterkin now because that's 3 straight years of incredible playoff performances. But when he's at his best, yeah, he can get the team there for sure. But assuming he's just at the level he's been these last 2 years, you know, he did have that surgery last year. No, I'm taking that under 100. Let's call it a bet.
It's a bet.
And then other than that, I do see one team. I don't know. It's one of those off seasons. Their name is being affiliated with everybody. I think they just signed Marchessault, right? The New Jersey Devils.
Oh, did they? I saw that they didn't. I saw that they didn't. That he
Alex,
was going
am
to
I
market.
wrong about that? Well,
no, I saw that he was going to market. I didn't see. That's amazing that they couldn't keep him.
And now they're saying that they're in on Stamkos. What are they doing? They're just going wild. What are they putting him back with Palat on the third line or something?
What goalie did they pick up too? They picked up.
They picked up Markstrom.
Yeah, they picked up Markstrom. Cool.
And they're signing Pesci today.
But I was so in on them last year after Akira Schmidt's run in the playoffs and how good he was.
I wasn't.
The team was shit. Like, it was a shit team.
They're the roller hockey Devils. Like they paid no attention to defense, but
100%.
They missed Hamilton. Like, I'm a big Devil. I shit on them more than even going into the playoffs. But they missed Hamilton all year. If you import Hamilton and Pesci into that lineup, and then a few veterans like that, you know, you add Marchessault to all those young players like Bratt. And to me, it won't be a players thing. It will be, will they take on a new sort of identity that doesn't just try to outscore everybody? I don't know how many teams have to learn this. Lightning learned it. Now the Panthers learned it. I think the Devils, although it's not like the Devils had years of success like those other two teams, but that is an interesting one because I'll tell you about this Metro. It's garbage. The Metro is hot garbage. All right, who's good in the Metro?
Devils, betting favorite, tied for the betting favorite outright right now. Oilers, Stars, Panthers, Devils, all plus 900 at 365.
That's disgusting.
That's gross.
That's great. You can never take that because they still have to learn. I was thinking about that earlier today. Who's the last team that was a nobody and then just wins the Stanley Cup? You always have to, you know, take a couple elbows. You know, usually, like, you know, look at all these teams, whether it's these Panthers, the Golden Knights were in a bunch of Western Conference finals and a Stanley Cup final. The Avs, always, they get second round. And then the Lightning obviously had their trials and tribulations. Blues were in the playoffs every single year before they won it. It's so rare that you just make a bunch of signings, win a Stanley Cup. This isn't the LeBron Big Three, so I would never take that, ever.
Tampa Bay did move from plus 3,000 after I bet it to plus 1,800.
I know that makes you feel good. My big question is, when we bet Barkov at plus 5, should we have cashed out? We could have cashed out on that.
Yeah, probably if it gave it to us. I cashed out in the draft. I was on I had like a plus 2,500 to a minus 200 in the draft at number 3, and there he goes. Preds.
Oh my God!
Who's paying him $8 million?
Josh, I swear to you, I gotta show you this text. You know, my friend who knows everything about every line combos that I told you about this year, brought up Stamkos going to the Predators months ago when it was when it was first available on FanDuel. I got to send you this text.
Jesus.
Chris, if you're listening,
Stamkos, Marchessault, and Brady Shea.
That is unbelievable. Oh, wait. So, did Nashville sign him, or?
No, that's just kind of what they're looking at right now. Right now, Nashville's plus 3,500 outright.
Oh, Nashville's plus 3,500 to get him?
No, plus 3,500 outright for the Cup. Between the Islanders and Sabres.
Who are the Isles next to?
The Senators are shorter than the Islanders. Islanders plus 3,500. Sorry about your luck, bud.
No, this is a good year for the Islanders because a couple of contracts come off the books at the end of the year, and then they can kind of turn the page. So that's it will be a good one for them. Oh yeah, I don't need to see that big Pierre LeBrun, Alex. All right, I don't need to see that guy. All right, then one last thing because I don't know. I feel like I have my own thoughts, but would you mind throwing me a Euro bet for today?
Oh Jesus!
All right, I thought maybe you had one queued up.
No, what we're France, Belgium, both teams to score minus 120ish. That's from Chris Vasily from Covers. I did an interview with him, did a show with him. He likes it. Belgium was snake bitten, right? Like Lukaku had 3 goals taken off from VAR.
That guy's been a bum for years internationally. I mean, this guy.
He's 100 years old. I get
opportunity. Forget about when he was 100. 2 years ago at the World Cup, World Cups before, this guy screwed their golden generation. Anyway, I'll be watching. So that's a good one. If Belgium can somehow screw them, Belgium outplayed them in 2018 when France won the World Cup. They got that one crusty corner goal and then just tried to defend the rest of the way. Belgium is owed a win because France doesn't get that World Cup. That was a Belgium World Cup, I think, but maybe they can screw them on some sort of VAR. You've been seeing these VARs where somebody's balls are hanging over the line.
You see, like when it hits the hand and it has like the heartbeat monitor to know that it's been touched.
I don't know if this was like a meme, but I literally saw one of those offsides. There's obviously the one with the toe that everybody. There was one that showed a guy's balls, like the bulge coming past that, and it looked so real. I'm like, this cannot be. This cannot be. It was hysterical, though. Anyway, all right.
I don't know. Like Slovenia to score first is plus 375. Like
against
all
Portugal?
these underdogs are scoring first.
Great pull, Alex.
Thanks,
that's
Alex.
honestly hilarious. All right, we got 2 baseball picks on the day. I'm assuming there's a way bigger slate tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we'll be back with you tomorrow for another day of I Hate Baseball. We got, I guess today's July 1st. We got 2 months of this now before we, kind of turn the page towards the NFL. You guys will be learning some baseball along with me. It's been a great start. We'll look to keep that going. We'll be back with you tomorrow for another day. If you want these picks bright and early, you can come to the Patreon. It's patreon.com/Andy Francess, like you see across this billboard on your screen right now. So that'd be very much appreciated. And hopefully I see you guys there. If not, I will see you tomorrow. Take it easy. Have a good one.